Hi, this is Bob from Wham's Tech, and today I'm going to show you how to set up your category weighting and your term weighting in PowerSchool Unified Classroom. Let's take a look. So all of the work that we're going to do here is going to be in the grading menu on the left-hand side. So it's a little calculator here. All right, click on calculator, and then we have these 5 options. And we're going to start with categories, and we're going to set the base and create these categories for our class. So click on categories, and you see here that I already have a few categories to this class. If I wanted to add an additional one, I'd select the category button in the top left-hand corner here. And then it would prompt me to create a category name. So if I do like projects, okay, I can choose a color and which classes. So since all of my classes are going to use the projects category, I can do that. Or I can select which classes are going to use the project category. The assignment defaults, this is going to preset and kind of automate the process of whenever I create a score column, it'll fill in this information to the project category. So if I know that all of my projects are worth 100 points, right, I can set the score type to points and I can make it worth 100 points. And I'm going to publish this assignment always immediately, or I can say it's always going to publish it on the due date, something like that, right? And that way I don't have to choose those options the next time I create a project score column, right? I always want to publish the scores, and I always want to count it in the final grade, exactly, and then I can hit save. All right, and so now you see that I have the projects category as part of my, my grading. Now I don't use the projects, so I'm actually going to go ahead and delete it. So I'll select the edit pencil here and actually make it inactive and save. If I ever want that back again, I can show the inactive box, and you can see that there it is, and it's now active. And these are the only 3 categories that I have for my class. Now, to set up term weighting, if I want to weight these categories, I actually have to go to a separate part of PowerSchool, and that's going to be in these settings. And the reason why they don't associate the category weighting to these categories in PowerSchool is the fact that PowerSchool is actually a pretty robust gradebook and allows for standards-based grading as well. Most gradebooks actually don't allow for standards-based grading, but PowerSchool does. And in standards-based grading, you can have lots of categories, but you don't weight those categories. So it's a feature that PowerSchool didn't want associated necessarily with the category. They want it more associated with the grade calculation process. So that's actually going to be in the settings. So if I click on my name and then click on settings, here's where I will click on traditional score calculation. Here's the traditional grade calculation, not standards grades because we don't do standards-based grading here at the middle school. So we'll do traditional. And you can see that right now I'm in semester 2, which is made up of quarter 3, quarter 4, and my exam grade. Right? So the process is actually I'm going to set up my quarter 3 with category weighting. I'm going to copy those settings to quarter 4. And then I'm going to set up my term weighting for semester 2. And then after that's done, I'm going to copy the scoring from my period 4 class to my period 5 class. So that way I don't have to recreate the wheel. All right, so I'm going to start with quarter 3. Click on the edit pencil here. And I don't want total points, I want category weighting. Now I have the 3 categories, so I'll actually just hit this category add button a couple times. So now I have 3 types, and I'm going to make it category weighting for each of the types. And you can see that already pre-fills my categories for me. That's nice. And my weighting for my 3 categories are as follows. Let's see, for quizzes, it'll be 30%, homework is worth 10%, and tests worth 60%. Oops. Right, and so I can see the percentages match here. Right, you can also do, just the single digits like that. Then percentages will match. Right? And then I'll hit save. And now I see that my quarter 3 has been set up for category weighting. I'm going to copy those to my quarter 4 by clicking on the gear in the top right-hand corner. I'm going to copy my traditional grade calculations. It's still within the same class. And right now I'm going to copy my quarter 3 to quarter 4. And then validate. Yep, quarter 3 to quarter 4, and copy. All right, so now both my quarter 3 and my quarter 4 have category weighting. And just so you see, if I click on the edit pencil of my quarter 4, it should have the exact same weights. Okay. Now I need to set up my semester 2. So my semester 2 is going to be term weighting. So I'm going to click on the edit pencil of my semester 2. And here I'm going to go term weighting. And we have 3 terms, quarter 3, quarter 4, and the semester exam. So I'll hit, again, that plus button a couple of times. And it's term weighting, term weighting, term weighting. You see here it fills in quarter 3, quarter 4, and exam grade. And we do 40, 40, 20, right? Which is the same thing as 2 to 1 for the weighting. And you can see that it fills in the percentages 40, 40, 20. Yep. Then I'll save. And my exam grade, I only give the one exam. It's worth 100 points, so it's just total points, right? So I can leave that as is. Now that my semester 2 is all done, I'm going to copy this to my other classes. And again, it's that same gear, top right-hand corner, copy traditional grade calculations. And now I'm going to copy to another class. So I'm going to copy my semester 2 setup from this class to all of my other classes. So semester 2, and I'll do all classes. Now I only have the one class, right? If you had more than one class, there'd be a checkbox there for you to select all classes, right? And then I'll validate. Yep, that looks good. And then copy. All right, now you see that my other classes will have the same exact weighting. All right, and that's it. So to recap, we've created categories, we've weighted those categories, and then we've done term weighting for our semester 2 and copied that to our other classes. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at robert.petito@woodward.edu. Thanks for watching.